For decades, Europe lived under an assumption that no matter what happened, America would always be there. American troops, American money, American guarantees. But in 2025, that assumption is collapsing. Russia is at war. Ukraine is bleeding. And the United States, under Donald Trump, is quietly stepping back. This is no longer just Ukraine's war. This is Europe's moment of truth. Many in the West still believe Putin wants a way out, that Russia is exhausted, that the war can simply fade away. That belief is dangerously wrong. Russia has transformed itself into a war economy. Factories are running around the clock. Ammunition production now outpaces Ukraine by several times. Drone manufacturing has exploded. Glide bombs and long-range strikes are now routine. This is not desperation. This is preparation. Putin has restructured the Russian state for long-term conflict, not just against Ukraine, but against the European security order itself. Key analysis. Russia accepts sanctions as permanent war legitimizes Putin's rule. Internally, Ukraine is only the first battlefield. Ukraine's resistance has been historic, but courage alone does not win industrial wars. In 2025, something alarming happened. Military aid to Ukraine fell sharply, ammunition deliveries slowed, air defense gaps widened. At the same time, Ukraine faces a growing manpower crisis. Mobilization is unpopular. Families are exhausted. The population is shrinking. Ukraine is not collapsing, but it is running out of time. Key reality. Long war favors Russia. Ukraine needs guarantees, not promises. Morale or material power, Donald Trump sees the world differently. For him, Ukraine is not a moral cause. It is a cost. Trump's core worldview is simple. End foreign wars, normalize relations with Russia, bring American troops home. His advisors believe Europe should handle Europe. This is why Trump pushes for peace. Any peace. Even if it freezes Russian gains. Even if Ukraine loses territory. Even if Europe becomes less secure. From Washington's perspective, this is realism. From Europe's perspective, it is abandonment. Critical insight. Trump doesn't need Europe. Europe still needs America. Europe had warnings. Crimea in 2014. Donbass. Georgia before that. Yet Europe delayed. Even today, Europe's strongest weapon, seized Russian assets, remains locked in legal arguments and political fear. Hundreds of billions sit frozen, enough to fund Ukraine for years, enough to pressure Moscow. Instead, Europe looks divided, slow, hesitant. This weakness sends a message, not only to Putin, but to Washington. Key failure. No unified military command, no independent deterrence, no credible long-term plan. Europe now faces an uncomfortable reality. Ukraine will never recognize Russian occupation. But in practice, some territories may remain under Russian control. NATO membership for Ukraine? Politically symbolic, but strategically unlikely. Peace will not look like justice. It will look like damage control. That is why Europe must demand security guarantees, not paper promises. A snapback mechanism, automatic sanctions, automatic arms flows, automatic consequences. Without this, any peace is temporary. This war is not only about Ukraine. It is about whether Europe can survive in a world where America chooses distance over duty. Either Europe becomes a real strategic power, or it accepts a future shaped by others. Putin is betting on European hesitation. Trump is betting Europe won't act. History is watching, and time is running out. This was not just a war analysis. This was a warning, because the fate of Ukraine may decide the fate of Europe itself. You're watching Talk Maniac, where global power, politics, and truth collide.